Yo, I really love my emote. Y'all loving it, right? In the end, only Becca and Zach could come. Ash, on the other hand, couldn't be reached at all. All of my calls went straight to his voicemail. He's at it again, right here today, gone the next day. Oh well, his loss. We have agreed to meet at a nearby cafe, the same one I frequent with Becca because it's cheap and they give away free bread around closing time. Thank you for shouting out Ghostspeed Gamer. Ghostspeed Gamer is an awesome gamer. He plays a lot of... Actually, he's a variety streamer much like myself, but he plays a lot of fighting games, and if you are in my chat and you haven't checked out him yet, you should check him out. A quaint little old-fashioned. It looks a wee bit out of place amidst the city's tall buildings. Love it at the same time. Much like its facade, the interior carries an antiquated charm about it. Vintage art pieces and rose shelves boasting extensive collections of books cover the wall. That's my kind of joint right there. Oh yeah, they got nice jazz music, they got books, they got coffee, they got sweets. I'm in. Man, Speed's a savant. See, he always comes to my stream to eat. You notice that? He always comes to my stream to go eat food. It would have been nice to hang out here for hours on end, but even on weekends, the place is still packed with people. Thankfully, Becca and Zach have already found seats and are engaged in some casual chatter when I arrive. It's strange seeing the two of them without Ash company. The other. They never seem particularly close. Sure, they talk when they meet, laugh at the same things when there's something funny, but there's distance. The kind born purely out of differing interests. That or Zach's simply afraid of Becca. I might put it on the ladder there. And I'm teasing, you know I tease you. It's a running gag, bruh. Yep, out to lunch, Raid Nico. It's not impossible, and I won't blame him if he is. He might be the tallest in our group, but everyone knows that means nothing against Becca's temper. Even I am a little scared of her.
Zach! Becca! Well, you seem to be in a better mood today. What happened? I know that smile, Belle. Come on, still.
Don't rush me. Let's order food first, okay?
Speaking of food. A waitress comes by to take our order. On a normal day, me and Becca will order a hearty serving of our special vegetarian stovies. Zach takes anything with a good helping of meat, sausage, or potatoes in it. Today's a good day. Great, even. It's not wrong to indulge a little, right?
Today's special. For the three of us.
After they pay. Even the person jotting down our order looks surprised at today's meal choice. She writes it, nevertheless, without leaving a comment. Becca furrows her eyebrows. Her mouth half open, ready to let loose what's likely a string of reprimands.
Don't worry, it's my treat.
The glare she sends my way reminds me of the one I received from Mama when I punched a kid for bullying my younger brother 18 years ago. Naturally, I never did it again after she made me apologize the next day. But Becca's far from being my mom. A small sheepish grin is enough to turn that frown into a defeated sigh. The food arrives in the middle of a funny story from Zach, putting the rest of the conversation on hold as we serve our order. Isn't anything fancy. Oh shit, that looks good. I'm not trying to eat nothing else tonight, game. Pan roasted sea bass with citrus dressed asparagus and a portion of mashed potatoes on the side. Well, this is what the daily special board says. Never did pay any attention whenever I come here, since they price whatever is written way above what I'm willing to spend on food in a single day.
Oh good. I'm so hungry, I think I'm dying.
You're always hungry.
Just because she never eats. Cup noodle is not actual nutrition. Remember that.
Hey! Not all the time.
Let me guess. You skipped breakfast again.
Not on purpose. I may have overslept by a few seconds today.
Right then. Stop stalling, Isabella. What's this about?
Let us say, Rebecca. She wouldn't be inviting us out if it wasn't worth hearing out.
Well, we're waiting.
I'm treating you guys to a once-in-a-century thing.
An expected grin breaks out on my face, except
I'm sorry, say that again.
And this is important because...
Becca only raises an eyebrow at me while Zach appears like he didn't get the punchline of another lame joke Ash made and is desperately searching for someone to explain it. I should say that one, but no. My instant noodle days are over, baby. Oh, bummer. Maybe I should rephrase it.
Okay, let me do that again. Guess what, guys? I'm paying! I sold the house!
As news sinks in, their expression goes from sheer bewilderment to utter surprise. That's more like it.
You heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. As of today, I'm Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos and free from my
Hell of a name.
instant noodle binge.
Seriously?
Hold it, Belle. You sold the house?
Yep.
Why they acting like this?
Which house is this? In Aslam Village? The one with the open house yesterday?
The
Yes.
one and only. Come on, Becca. I know you've got a better memory than that.
Let's check our relationships as well. Oh yeah, she starts to like me again.
Oh, wow. That's...
She had no faith in me. It's okay, I didn't have faith in me either. That's at home. Although she's nodding, she gives the impression of someone who's heard something unbelievable and still forcing her brain to absorb it. Did she think we wouldn't be able to sell it? Actually, yes. Have some faith in me, Becca. Am I not your best friend or
You don't
what?
believe me?
The words tumble out of my mouth before I can stop them. I've been trying to avoid bringing up yesterday's little spat, but judging by the looks on their faces, it seems they are too. Me and my stupid mouth.
I'm sure it ain't the way you're thinking, Bella.
No, I do believe you. But don't you think the sale happened a bit too fast? The
I'm
open
not
house
asking
only started
questions.
yesterday, and now you already have a buyer?
It happens from time to time.
Question mark?
Yeah, but look, I'm happy for you. Just yesterday, you've been really worried where to get money for your dad's new treatment. And now, all of a sudden, you have something. What if the sale doesn't push through, or I don't know, they're a fraud, or they suddenly back out? Isn't it a little too early to celebrate?
Way to be a downer, Becca.
Becca
Jesus.
does have a point, Bella. If you haven't closed the deal yet, there's still a chance they'll go back on it.
They don't seem like it to me. The lady appeared to really want it, and she approached me without even finishing the tour.
Pressured me into it is more like it. But I'm not gonna tell Becca about that. Knowing her, she'd only worry.
And she already hired someone to handle the house's interior design.
You're joking. Who would do that?
Her name's Hannah.
The Wrights, apparently. It's actually pretty funny. She's a bit too excited to get the property, she forgot to buy it. At any rate, they've already signed the agreement today, so it's just a matter of time. And don't tell anyone about this, but Ma'am Hannah also gave us something extra.
Something as in...
Money.
As in, it's why I can treat you two to a free meal.
I'm more surprised you accepted it.
She didn't really give us a choice
Yeah.
in the matter. So don't lose sleep over this, okay? The couple really want the house. If Rose didn't stop them, they'd likely have paid up front for it yesterday. That's despite the legends, too. I even tried to show them the letter. But nope. I want this house, darling. Go take all our money.
You don't really think they'd believe that, do you? I'm pretty sure for them, those are just rumors as well. No one is that superstitious in this day and age, Belle.
Insulted much? Yes.
Well, there's you.
Hey!
Right. You know what? I'll just eat all of these by myself.
I begin to grab their plates to my side, the food in each still untouched. Laughing almost escaped my mouth with the way Zach's expression quickly changes to disappointment. Becca's hand interrupts me as I'm about to pull her plate closer to me.
I'm kidding. Don't go all pouty on me again. I'm just concerned you'll get hurt if this doesn't happen. I know how badly you want to close this deal for your papa.
I'm sure he's gonna be fine now, though, with the money. They don't know yet. I think I'll call them tomorrow. Let them know things will be easier. Mama said this morning he's showing progress with the new treatment, too. It's just a matter of time.
I allow myself to smile, genuinely and uninhibited. It's strange talking about this with other people, even those who have known you as long enough. But today, things simply feel a whole lot lighter with them here. Lunch passes in an enjoyable fashion. A laugh here, a playful jab there, but mostly it's spent catching up on telling stories about whatever's keeping us busy these days. Something we couldn't afford to do the day before, taking into account what happened. Even Becca's surprisingly chatty. Is there something in the sea bass we ate? Zach, though, appears less energetic. While he's far from being the life of the party, he's definitely not the type to keep quiet in a conversation with his friends. Apart from a few interrupts, he's been silent most of the entire time. If Becca notices...
Are you sure you're not feeling under the weather, Zachary?
Second, actually, let me save too while I'm thinking about it. Let's oversave this, yes. Aw, chili dogs, man. Second day chili dogs are the best. This game has been pretty good. I've been playing. Damn, I didn't realize I've been playing this long. I'm gonna have to wrap it up soon, but it's been interesting. It's a lot of it's a visual novel. It's a horror-based visual novel called The Letter, and I have found the particular letter, and I will be playing various different characters. Let me pull the journal so I can show you. Because this is what I'm playing right now. I haven't gotten to play these other people yet, so they don't actually have marks on them. But as far as I know, everybody in this game can die. I'm gonna try to keep them all alive. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but it's actually got some eerie parts in it so far. I don't know how long it is. I've been wanting to play this since I noticed it. I saw somebody stream it, a little bit of it, like a while. I'm not Cat Drawley. I'm actively trying to keep them alive. Let me have my dreams, people.
Huh? No, I'm okay.
I will not kill them all. I'm not that kind of player. What is the fuck is what is this? What is this rabbit thing here? Sorry, I just noticed that.
No worries, Rebecca.
Doesn't sound okay to me.
It's okay. I might be feeling a little bummed out today, but I'm sure this will pass.
Y'all are the worst. Y'all supposed to be rooting for me to save these people.
Is it about the reviews this morning?
Oh, nobody liked this movie? A pained expression across Zach's face, and almost immediately Becca retreats in her inquiry, as though the man's look is enough to answer that for her. I look between them. Did I miss something? Did something happen this morning? Did I stumble on a big secret? This is why I don't like waking up late.
You heard about those, huh?
Sorry, I just happened to check on some sites this morning.
Nah, it's a very sensitive topic in the first place.
I need to play some Diablo 3. I haven't even finished the season. I've been a very, very bad Nico.
I should have expected it.
What reviews?
Becca glances at Zach. Her motions unsure. Eyes asking for his consent on the matter. Although there's a small desire to keep asking on my part, I don't dare voice it. Zach, it's always been better to wait. Let him speak on his own. Becca too, to some extent. Although with her, the explosion of tempers are more common. In the end, her simple answers. He simply answers with a shift of his shoulder, gesturing for her to continue with a tilt of his head.
It's his movie.
Speed. We don't talk about no. We don't. Nah, seriously. If my phone could play it, I'd think about it, but my phone won't support it, so I'm not even interested anymore.
That doesn't explain anything. Stop dangling the information, Becca.
Zachary, I'm not the one supposed to be telling her about this. It's still your documentary.
Is it something bad?
Not bad per se. You guys don't need to dwell on it much.
Bad? Listen here. I wouldn't trivialize what those bowheads wrote if I were you. They're ruining other people's jobs.
From how her tone rises in anger, it seems like she's the one slighted and not Zach. A snicker escapes me, which I promptly stamp down on as soon as she sends me a hard look.
This isn't a laughing matter, Isabella. Some bowbag just insulted him.
Calm down, Rebecca. Those are just reviews, and it happens a lot.
I do not ken about you two, but calling the entire film an out-and-out drivel, you're better off watching an educational kids' TV show, and worst 1.5 hour of my life, among
Goddamn.
other things, isn't exactly a critique any decent movie reviewer would say. If you could call that a critique, did we even watch the same film?
She totally watched the film, we didn't.
Well, maybe I ain't cut out for it. Better stick with my photography or something. If nothing else, this helped me open my eyes to what I can and can't do.
You're giving up.
Wasn't a question.
It was just something experimental I did on my free time anyway. It's no big deal.
But you worked on it for months.
Doesn't look like it matters for those people.
Don't say that!
My palm strikes the table, sending tableware on top, clinking against each other. I didn't even notice when I rose from my... But here I am, chest heaving, looking down at him in the same manner a teacher would in an unreleased... Beck is probably proud. I didn't mean to yell. But there's some things people like Zach aren't supposed to say. How exasperating. He of all people should know.
It's just a review.
Except they're pretty well-known critics.
Why does that matter? They aren't the ones calling the shots on this. Isn't that why they have a committee? Right, Becca?
An amused gleam in her eyes when I turned to her. What did she find so entertaining here? Help me here! Your friend's about to quit his passion for a petty reason. I haven't read what those people wrote about his work, but the few scathing words shouldn't be enough to discourage someone. Did the silence answer my question? What? I should know. After all, I'm...
Failing means you're playing, Zach. Not that I'm saying it's bad. I've seen it from start to finish, and I know for myself what you created isn't something people should scoff at.
Unlike the rest of us who didn't watch the movie because we were talking about the thing that haunted her in the hallway, but whatever.
I don't know anything about filming or photography. Hell, I don't have an inkling of artistry in me except for those
Your hair
doodles I make
argues
for class.
otherwise.
But I know what I watched. Look at Isabella. It's not every day you see her all riled up like this.
Yeah, she seems pretty passionate, honestly. Whatever I'm about to say gets lost on my tongue as the flush of embarrassment blooms on my face.
It was a heat of the moment thing. And anyway, I'll be very angry with you if you quit. What about the exhibit?
What exhibit?
Classified information.
Even if I bring you your favorite tonight?
How dare you tempt me with food?
Nope, not a chance.
Oh, she's totally gonna tell.
Oh, come on! I thought we aren't supposed to have secrets.
Burst of laughter comes from Zach.
Thanks, you two. I might need some time alone to myself for a while. Just to think about things, how I'll go from here, that sort of stuff. Hey, I'm not quitting, Bella. Don't give me that face.
There's no face at all. Only a poor imitation of puppy puppy dog eyes. If you could call this one.
Promise.
I'll be damned if I break any promise I make to you guys. Besides, you're right. It's too early to say anything right now. What's night ain't for another week.
Man, I hadn't had chicken and dumplings since my mom passed. I don't want some now. Wait, I don't even like chicken and dumplings and I want them. Thanks, Charlie. Thanks, man. And that's all the answer I need from him. As sentimental as it sounds, there's a fulfillment in knowing another person you know won't take the same path you've walked. Not like it's over for me, though. I still have time. I can still come back. I do my own thing. What do I really want to do? Really, once Papa recovers, once I'm done with everything. Inside my bag, the phone buzzes unexpectedly, breaking the pleasant afternoon lull. The screen shows Rose.
Hey, Isabel. You at the office?
Ha ha. Very funny, Rose. I'm hanging up.
Don't, I'm kidding. BRC says the floor plan copies are ready for Miss McCullough to pick up.
States it as if they'd already explained everything. Then out of the blue, she launches in a long rant about the awful state of Luxembourg streets. All of which she says in a single breath, and I can barely keep up with and make out a single word. I stay quiet, if only to avoid becoming the next object of her frustration. She's similar to Becker in that regard.
I'm stuck in horrendous traffic right now. Bloody stupid drivers.
How much you want to bet that Rose is just going to suddenly disappear? When she finally ran out of things to complain about on the stop, she says next still has none of what I'm hoping to hear from her. Just a quick mumble of plea for me to meet the right interior designer in her stead, and
Anyway, I'll leave it to you. Bye. Thanks.
classic Rose. She ends the call without even asking for my input. Save again. The sky is cloudless and noontime sun is beating down on the hard concrete when we leave the cafe. If she vanishes, I think it means there's a pretty good chance I'm gonna vanish. So if the money gets to me before I vanish, yes, I think so. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a fickle mood or make them vulnerable to catching something. No wonder we have a staff meetings going AWOL lately, not to mention my boss's mercurial moods. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather back. For all the gripes about the unexpected weather, the streets of Luxembourg remains constantly busy. The hurried tapping of shoes against pavement and the inane chatter coming from lunchtime crowd fills the humid afternoon air. A small reminder of things we still have to do, regardless of how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back to Briar Realty for me. Zach to a meeting with a publisher featuring Luxembourg houses and Becca to her lesson plan and books at home. More than once, I catch her sneaking long glasses over at something displayed in the shop window. She wants to buy something? Maybe I can get her for this Christmas. I turn my head to the last shop she checked out. Fleeting glimpse. Rolls still. Oh shit! She looks at me, eyes hollow, gaze piercing, boring into my very soul. Like a set chain deep in my body is still. There is no shadow or whispers this time. Only a plea. A hum, low, indistinct. Compelling me, beckoning me, intent on dragging me into the void beyond the glass. Fuck me. I don't dare move. My heart hammers against my ribs, each beat, every thump, screaming at me to look away and run for it. But I can't. I couldn't. All of my limbs feel heavy, while my own breathing strains in the face of her call.
Leave me alone.
Her mouth is stretched in a grin, wide, unpleasant. The panic building in my chest forces me to take a tentative step back. I will not stare at the decaying flesh, the blood streaming from the gaping wounds on her arms, or her nailless fingers. I don't want this. Not like this. Not after I got what I want for Papa.
No, stop. Leave me alone.
Her face contorts as she lets out a wail. Sharp, and utterly unforgiving. Rage. There's only hatred and bitterness. As if the very notion of turning away from her is an offense itself.
Please! I don't want this!
Before I know it, I'm stumbling backwards, my throat hoarse from a scream I didn't even notice I'd already coming from my mouth. The back of my feet catch on loose stone, sending me sprawling to the ground. Resulting pain completely jolts me out of the haze blurring my mind. For a little while, my surroundings appear unfamiliar until Becca's face swims into my vision. The look of concern is on her face, and her hands are gripping my arms tight. Even Zach appears beside himself with worry while he stands beside her, acting as a shield against a small crowd of onlookers still already forming around us.
What happened?
Bella, you okay?
No, she's not okay. See, this is why I don't want to scream. And as soon as I see yeah, you know, for a visual novel, this has got some decent tension in it. My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. The words refuse to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet the foreboding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground. My weakened limbs relying slowly on reflex and muscle memory. Something icy has made its home in the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up. Anything. To get rid of the wretched sensation.
You are screaming. Zach, call someone.
No, don't. I'm good.
No,
I'm
she's
good.
not good, but calling someone's not gonna help.
I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later.
Careful. Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zach, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
I attempt to smile to put her at ease, but it comes off as a grimace. I gently push her hand off my shoulder. My knees are still trembling, but I can stand. Leave. Leave me. Stay away. Away. The humidity is stifling, everyone's stares are unnerving, and Becca and Zach's concerns are suffocating. I don't want to be here. No more. I break into a run. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. Here, the only occasional drips of water in the sink and the whirring of the fan blades keep me company. It's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking. But even with the clutter to keep me company, the room still feels a whole lot bigger than usual. I hug my knees closer as a group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there was a way to tune everything out and keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her. Scream, her awkward gait as she reached for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for enough. That's enough. A shiver passes over me. Though it's not from the hair still hanging damp against my back, nor the draft that enters the room through the window I left wide open. My gaze shifts over to the letter on the coffee table. Its edges flutter incuriously as the wind touches it. Sorry, I had to think about that word. Funny how an ordinary looking piece of paper can bring about such trouble. The impulse to throw it away or rip it up to pieces is still there. I can easily do it, but after that, what? Should leave me? What about the people who's already seen it? Maybe okay? It is uncertainty that gnaws at me. Knowing that she's real and might go after the people I care about, I wish someone would listen. Believe me. The abrupt break in silence is it nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Finally, I fish out my phone from under the mess of papers and cushions that I've carelessly thrown it in before taking a shower an hour ago. Ash's name flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling because of this afternoon?
Thank you so much for spamming my inbox, Scaredy Cat.
Hey, Ash.
What's wrong?
I just had a long day. The couple who bought the house wanted us to finish processing the papers within the week. It's a little hectic, but we'll manage.
Really? You sold it?
Don't sound so surprised. I told you, you don't stand a chance. The rights won't take no for an answer. You've been on the losing end from the very start. Ha!
Whoever said I was interested in the house in the first place?
But you said...
Despite his light tone, his snickering only comes off as annoying to my ears, and I have to fight the urge to end the call with him right there. Stupid Ash.
You're such an ass. And just so you know, I'm not treating you to a separate celebration. Or ever.
No, that's just unfair. And here I was looking something up for you. Didn't you say you wanted to talk to Andrew?
I pause. I did say that, but I didn't think he'd actually go through the trouble, considering how much he scoffed at the whole topic.
Is he okay with that?
Totally. Besides, I need to ask him about something. I might as well do it soon. What do you say you come with me tomorrow morning?
Well, there's no harm in it, I suppose. I've got a free day anyway.
Great, I'll just pick you up. Don't oversleep.
Don't compare me to you. I'm not the one who sleeps like a rock.
Another round of chuckles from him. Oh, I will live for the day when he stops making fun of me. Just you wait, you asshole. As I'm about to end the call, he clears his throat.
And, Isabella?
His sudden diffident tone sends my eyebrows shooting up from into my hairline. Is the world ending today?
Yeah? Did you forget something?
Do you think we... Never mind. Good night.
Oh my god, just ask her out already. Hangs up instantly. Rude, completely rude. I didn't even get to thank him. The busy tone, though muffled, echoes through the receiver. No one is saying this will work. Even I am doubtful it will. But right now, I'll take anything. Anything to get out of this nightmare. Sleep comes easier tonight. Oh boy. For the first time in a long time, I dream. Clear skies, unrestrained laughter of children playing in the streets and of small, cramped dwellings. To an outsider, sight does not paint a very pretty picture. However, this is home to me. Morning draws bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chill of the autumn weather, it is one of those rare weekends where I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Ash's call last night, I probably slept in. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I am ready to head downstairs where Ash is waiting for his car. Tara's disheveled mess, eyes drowsy, and overall looking like looked like he hurriedly got out of bed, or fell out of it, or both. Looks adorably rumpled this way, but I'm not gonna tell him that. It only bloat his unbearable.
Good morning, Ash.
He makes a motion with his finger around his ear. Tone it down.
Can you even drive?
He answers me with the slightest raise of a hand, a yawn, and nothing more. He has never been particularly fond of mornings. For that, I'm thankful to every god in the universe. Less mental capacity for him makes it fun for me. Ha! There's the reason why mornings are my favorite. It doesn't take long for us to reach our destination, a small cafe situated in Luxborn's busiest street, the same one I'd often visited with Becca for a cheap food. I've never gone here on a Sunday, and it strikes me how different it feels without the usual weekend and Saturday rush. The atmosphere especially reminds me of something we also have back home near the university I used to attend. I wonder what have happened to it. It's been renovated before I left, so I never got to visit it one last time. The place always had a common effect on me. Today, despite standing in a similar place to it, the anxiety easily washes over me as soon as I step out of the car. I'm quite used to dealing with people I've never met before, thanks to my work, but still, I don't know him. Despite of the fact both Ash and Becca vouch for him, what will he think of me and my story? What if he thinks I'm crazy? Hell, even if my own friends thought so. I draw a breath and quell the panic beginning to rise in me. Oh well, one way to find out. He hesitant steps towards there, and Ash suddenly pulls me back by my elbow.
Hold on, scaredy cat, not too fast.
Without warning, he flicks my forehead hard.
That hurts. What was that for?
He's already walking away when I look up and hurriedly catch him puzzled. I really don't understand this guy. At least explain why you flick other people's foreheads all of a sudden. So rude.
Get yourself together, will you? He's not going to bite. He's very accommodating, too.
I wasn't scared of him or anything.
You don't look like it. Didn't sound like you were okay last night either.
Huh?
What was that last one? Hey, don't just ignore me.
All questions retorts down my mouth as soon as he opens the door to the shop. Cast iron bell attached to it chimes softly, announcing our arrival. The smell of freshly brewed coffee welcomes us as soon as we step in. Like usual, several tables and chairs have been set up for the patron. But most of the customers have forgone them in favor of more comfortable throw pillows and beanbags the staff had laid out on the floor. Becca would love to know that they have something like this on Sunday. He's been complaining about how uncomfortable the library chairs are for so long. That is an epic beard. Ash leads me to a secluded spot near the window where an old man, probably in his 50s or 60s, is seated, enjoying a brew and
Professor
looking at a
Clark.
book.
It's just Andrew now. I'm no longer your professor, Detective Inspector Frey.
The guy Andrew looks up from his book and gives a sheepish look crosses Ash's face as the older man's admonishment. Isn't it? That beard is glorious. It looks well kept. More unusual, in my opinion, is seeing him appear like a parent that's just scolded him. But it suggests a familiarity between the two of them. One that goes beyond someone expecting a simple student. One that goes beyond someone expects from a simple student and mentor. With another warm smile, he gestures for us to take empty seats opposite him.
Have you been waiting long?
Quite some time. But I come here early on weekends. Best time to get their first serving of bear claws.
Hell
only
yeah,
place that
fresh
serves it
bear
here.
claws.
I took the liberty of ordering for you two. I hope you don't mind. I thought it'd be best to talk over a decent helping of coffee.
Soon enough, the waiter brings us 2 more cups and sets down a basket of pastry. Ah, this guy's good.
Aren't you going to introduce the lady?
Ah, right. Sorry. Isabella, this is Prof. Andrew. He's one of my professors back at the university. Andrew, this is Isabella Santos.
Santos. Portuguese? Spanish? Brazilian? Mexican?
Filipino.
Filipina, actually. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor.
Ah, your name carries a lot of history, Miss Santos. Just Andrew is fine. Don't do what Ashton's doing. He doesn't listen to this old man.
He doesn't listen to anybody, actually. It's not right now. The awkward tension typically present as the first meetings dissipates after that. I was expecting someone strict and, to an extent, someone severe. Professor Andrew Clark is definitely the opposite of what I had in mind. The more personable kind. Similar to a grandfather who dotes on you at family gatherings. It's obviously why Ash is taking him like
Ashton tells me there's something you wish to discuss that I could help with. Let's hear it then.
I give Ash a hesitant glance, but he just nods and gestures towards Andrew with his head. Leaving this to me. It's my story to tell, after all. I keep it short and concise. I found a letter in an old mansion and now I'm cursed. Exactly as I have told Ash, Zach, when they asked about it. I don't mention the name of the place. No use in saying it now that someone legally owns it. No use in dragging a problem.
I'm sure it's that letter I found. But I don't know anymore. I just want to know how to escape this nightmare.
Of course. We're talking about the one in Anslem Village, aren't we?
I'm not saying a word. Yeah.
How did you...
Don't look so surprised. There's only one place popular enough here if we're going to talk about hauntings. I once had a colleague who wrote about it and the urban legends surrounding the place. Years worth of study, but fascinating. It's a shame he passed away at such a young age. He would have done a much better job at explaining topics like this one compared to me. Ashton here might disagree, but it's an interesting topic in sociology, if you care to have an open mind.
Studying the science and theory behind it is completely different from outright believing in it.
Are we really gonna have this argument right now, guys?
You don't believe in those stories, sir?
Now, this isn't a question of belief. All I'm saying is things like these speak a lot about a place's culture and history. And it's not just limited to ghosts. Monsters, gods, you name it. Even you, Miss Santos.
What about me?
How you respond to these stories. It tells a lot about you and your upbringing, in the same way it tells me why our detective inspector here finds such topics absurd. Interesting, isn't it?
My head is starting to spin from all of this. I'm not the smartest person around, but I understand what he's trying to get at. Still too much for me to take in at once. I look to Ash for help, but his eyebrows are drawn in a frown. If he keeps staring like that at his cup, I'm sure it will crack soon.
There's still something you're not telling.
Didn't I tell you everything the other day?
Yeah, but you mentioned the rights, then you proceeded to drop the topic right after. What's with that?
They don't have anything to do with this.
Rights. Luke and Hannah, right?
Are they that well known?
Yeah, they're the ones who got the place.
Ah, I'm not surprised. They're the kind who gets what they want when they set their eyes on it. From what I've heard, word gets around.
A heavy sigh escapes my lips. Happily or no, they're just my clients. Albeit a little pushy, just clients. Story. I wish you'd stop pestering about them. Let's go with that. I know you're trying to help. What is it again that Becca does when dealing with a particularly difficult child? The pesky, annoying kind? I wish I could remember. I could certainly use the same trick right about now.
Ashton, look here. I know you're trying to help, but the deal's almost already closed. The papers are being prepared. Once it's done, it's over. I'm just their agent.
And when is that happening?
When what? Is there even a purpose to this line of questioning?
Your working relationship with them. When's it going to end?
About a week from now? It depends on how long the papers will take, but they want us to rush it.
Really? You're absolutely sure about that?
Yes, really. Unless they want to buy a house again and want me and Rose to be their agent. If yes, then I don't see a problem with it. Now stop annoying me about it.
Don't accept it.
What?
What? Why? It's my job.
Oh lord, even my younger siblings aren't as difficult to deal with. Then again, Ash is far from a younger sibling to me. So let me check my relationship to see how we did on this. Yeah, Ash went up. If only he'd spell it out, surely I'd understand. We wouldn't have to talk about it right now. That's how it is, right? Find an even ground, talk about it like adults we are? It wasn't like this before. But somewhere along the way, something changed in us. As people, as friends. I wish there was a way I could tell when or why. Instead, I'm left searching blindly for reasons. The next thing we know, we'll be drifting further and further apart. How frustrating.
Now, kids, settle down. We're not going to solve anything by shouting.
Sorry, Sir Andrew.
And we're not going to solve anything either if you keep omitting things.
Speak for yourself. I'm not the only one doing it.
You'll have to forgive my former student, Miss Santos. He's always been the curious kind. Many people think he's lazy, but it's actually the opposite. I see that hasn't changed.
Oh, really? How is he back when he was your student? I'm sorry, I need to ask. He doesn't talk much about that.
And there's a reason why. Please don't.
Well, I just asked you to stop now, didn't I?
Tried to sleep on the first day of class. He didn't repeat it after what I made him do when I caught him. Students like him are the easiest to deal with, once you know what piques their interest. I'd have to say, he's one of the very few who's actually interested in the subject, though. But there was this one time when...
By the end of the conversation, Ash looks like he's praying for a crown to swallow him up. He's never been one to talk about himself. What I know about him, and mostly bits and pieces I've gleaned over the years. He's an atrocious singer, bad at art, and he has a personal vendetta against Mornings. Now it feels like he isn't that hard to figure out after all. It's past noon when Andrew has to leave us for another meeting. Before we separate,
Miss Santos, a word of advice. Just keep in mind that when it comes to cases such as this, they aren't always what they seem.
naturally the mention in the letter brought up several times during our talk. And though Ash is right in that Andrew's offered a different perspective, he's left me with more questions than answers. Instead, what is she? What does she want from me? Is she ever going to leave? I'm trying to find a good stopping point. I'm gonna keep going a little bit longer. They all continue to bug me after we left the coffee house. I don't even notice when Ash takes a different turn on our way back.
Where are we going? You can drop me off at the park.
Guess. You have 3 chances.
I'm serious, Ash. Where are we going?
He doesn't answer, but shortly he stops his car in front of a nondescript food stall, just a little ways from the movie house. If I wasn't paying closer attention, I wouldn't have missed it without a doubt. He motions me to wait as he gets out of the car and walks in the direction. Jeez, if you want to buy something, just say it. No need to make yourself look mysterious. It makes you look more like a dork than cool. The wait isn't long, however. Soon he walks back, holding 2 fish-shaped cones in both hands. Ice cream, parfait, across with the 2. By the time he's back inside the car, I've given up any effort of figuring out what he bought. Not that it looks bad. It's quite cute.
Here, take it.
I have to move my head back a little when he thrust it at me, to avoid the ice cream and fruit toppings.
What's this for?
That's something. Actually, it looks kind of tasty. God, what is with the food? Why is everything showing me food tonight?
My arm's getting tired. 5, 4, 3, 2.
With a wary glance, I take it off his hand. Still don't understand why there's a need for ice cream today. Nevertheless, I take a small bite. It's actually pretty good. Must have shown on my face because he chuckles as soon as I take another one.
Saw the place open the other day when we watched Zach's movie. Thought I should give it a try. It doesn't seem like a bad place to get food from time to time.
I know, Charlie. Why they showing all the food, man?
And you're giving me free ice cream because...
Do I need to have a reason?
Oh, he's totally in it.
Are you really going to ask me that?
Yes. Here's the thing with Ashton Fry. He does not treat anyone to free food because he feels like it. He's much more of a Scrooge. Hell, he's even asked me how to teach him how to haggle. Haggle. Of all the people who'd ask me that, I have had experience with such requests from Becca, but I would have expected such a request from Becca, but Ash, not at all. If I'm gonna be honest, he looks a bit more constipated with that expression on his face right now. I think he's starting to regret ever buying this.
The other day? The movie with Zach and Rebecca? Rebecca's there, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The hell is this going?
Anyway, during the movie, we, that's to say, we...
He is not good at this.
Shit. Should have written down something first.
Oh my god, really?
Get to the point, Ashton.
Right. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry for, not getting to the point. I'm sorry for the other day. I got carried away. I said things that upset you. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, actually, that's where I thought it was going, Drawley, and it kind of was going in.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Okay? That's all? That's all you're going to say?
You don't ask somebody you just apologized to that.
You're not still angry, are you?
You didn't have to buy me anything. A simple sorry would have been enough.
Although she's a sucker for food, so I understand it's the reason it is. I bite into the cone again, a small attempt to keep myself occupied and to relieve the heat crawling up my face. It doesn't work, but at least I don't have to look at him. Why am I feeling embarrassed over apology? I have no idea. It's not like it was wanted, like it wasn't called for. They were being mean, especially him, and in that fraction of a second it hits me. He skipped his day off just for the day. I should be the one apologizing and thanking. Silence is awkward. And silence and awkward company while we finished our respective snack. There are words for this. People like us for understandings and sentiments and like this. Yet, in an instance, they won't come. As promised, he drops me off at the park right after. Phrase unsaid and still hanging heavily in the air. Okay. I get the feeling something's gonna happen right. I'm gonna be back in just a second, and then I'm gonna try to wrap this up. I actually want to see this. Something tells me something's gonna happen in this. there we go. Is Ash really a she? Don't think so. I think he's really a he. Ooh, that would be quite the twist. If everyone was dead. It's always a trap. Alright. In this weather, the city park gives off a lazier and more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around playing, there are now people lying and leaning back on their picnic blankets, and simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from nearby carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one would catch a whiff of freshly trimmed grass. Maybe I should try to walk home today, get my mind off things. Try to find the words somehow. I haven't done that in a while.
Thanks, Ash, for today.
No problem. Say hi to Rebecca for me.
Yeah, I will.
Even so, I linger. We both do. A mild, humid breeze brings a smell of dry leaves, warm earth, and a far-off, distant memory of false stars and awkward first meeting. Same place, same people, playing the same parts. Funny how, of all days, my brain chooses to remember it now.
Wait, Belle.
Ash exits his car, strides unsteadily when he approaches me, or maybe this is his uncertainty showing. Not quite sure. He has never looked uncertain to me. Always calm, always sure, always collected. Stops a short distance from me, close enough that he's within arm's reach, but just far enough that his voice can be heard over decent small talk. This is what it's going to be. He fumbles for something in his pocket.
Here, catch.
The small bag lands cleanly on my outstretched hand before it hits the ground. I raise an eyebrow at him, and he responds by shrugging and stuffing both his hands back in his pockets. Somehow, somewhere in the side, he finds an interesting spot to look at. Sometimes you have to wait, Papa said longer. But once this time I listen. His voice is halting, hesitant, finds it again.
My mom used to make me carry around one of those when I was young. To ward off evil and bring you luck, she said. I don't believe in this stuff now, but if it makes you feel safe since you're a total scaredy cat, then I guess it's okay to give you one to carry around.
You're not very good at this being nice thing, are you? Perhaps at the moment there aren't any words for it. Never been good with those. You're not bad after all. Be nice when you're... I think we're gonna go with that. I close the short distance separating us and give him a light punch on his shoulder. Gesture, familiar, and phrase is one that couldn't spin together, or answers too early to seek out.
See, you can be pretty nice when you're trying.
I am nice.
When you're sleeping, but thanks for this.
Don't go losing it. It brings bad luck if you do.
Wait, are you serious?
I knew there was a catch. This asshole.
Yeah, that's what they say.
You did this on purpose, didn't you? Oh, I should have known.
Not entirely. But seriously, if anything happens, tell me. I'll be around.
Before leaving, he waves at me one last time. He's back to teasing me, back to our usual routine, back to what we were comfortable with. But for all that, I believe in him. I just hope I can keep them safe. Keep him safe. A light wind blows again, sending dried leaves swirling in the distance, the smell of earth to the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I hate to visit the grocery store. I didn't think of it. Wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? Cat's name is... I'm not... No words, no. Or at least that's what his collar says. That's an odd name to give a cat in my opinion. But it speaks to how much one like that carries. I guess I should have stopped a while ago, huh? Fuck it, I'm committed now. I'm not quite sleepy. It speaks to the grace much like one carries. It shows the way he swishes his tail and his eyes follow my hand with every movement. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating in me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me after all. What's a bad idea, carrying 2 heavy bags of newly bought art materials and groceries without help or a sure ride home? In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have bought all of these at the same time. I didn't even make the past apart. And now I'm suffering underneath the glaring sun, hunched on a park bench, drenched in sweat, the company of a cat curiously watching my every movement. I hope it stays. It stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back home they're considered ill omens.
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
No, you can't. Yeah, no, Speed. No, I actually have work in the morning. There's no way this is going 24 hours. If you don't sleep like a normal person, I'm still gotta go to sleep at some point. Not that I've acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with rowdy younger brothers and sisters does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mom used to call me a little troublemaker before. Well, grace or not, it's no use moping. A short breather and then I'm off home. Besides, isn't like the company's bad, even if it's a cat, as long as it doesn't bite or cross my path.
Where's your owner anyway?
Just don't sleep right now. I'm a horror head. This is nothing. He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what the collar's for, isn't it? The bandage wrapped on one of its paws, though. I wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before, a cat. Not black, of course.
You gotta guess black. I'm offended.
And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
Take a small packet of sweets from one of the bags and pop it open. As I'm about to put one in my mouth, meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
No, don't give the cat a sweet. What is wrong with you? He doesn't meow again, as I'm expecting him to, but he takes it unblinking. But I take his unblinking gaze as yes. You're gonna give what? No! I shift the piece in my palm and hold it out to him warily. He sniffs at it once, twice before.
Baruthia!
Hello, it's your kitty. Like a good, properly trained pet, Ruthiel responds to his as soon as he's called. Recognition comes to me as soon as head snaps in the direction of the voice. Miss McConnell. Hard to miss with her height.
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you?
No, it's fine.
Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Wait, who the fuck takes their cat for a walk?
Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Baruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even run away from the veterinarian right now.
Ah, that explains it.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Baruthiel's a she.
Why are you getting offended at me? It's not like I checked if it had balls or not. She, at this time, I thought. The pause in the conversation, if this can be called one, is uncomfortable. We're merely two people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, a meeting like this doesn't happen often, and if it does, simply nodding heads is enough. Still, trying to be friendly wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I'm gonna ask about the cat, fuck it. I keep my tone cordial and warm.
I'm actually surprised you have a cat, Miss McCullough.
Let's see how that affected our relationship. Oh, it went down. Woo! I just wanted to know about the cat. Why you not like I asked about cat?
And why exactly is that? There are a lot of people who have pets.
Sorry, I was trying to be nice and not talk about the weird people we work for.
Yeah, but not a black one. I'm amazed you're taking care of one.
I don't understand what you're trying to get at. Is there a problem with my cat?
No, I was trying to be nice. Why is this happening?
No, not at all. She's very sweet. Just in other cultures, aren't they a sign of bad luck?
Back home, it is. My grandmother used to tell me stories about it, and
Nothing has happened to me so far.
why are you so defensive? Displeasure is evidence on her face. Of course, I forgot that other people with black cats are of good luck. There you go again, running out of your mouth. I rack my brain for a way to remedy the situation, but she holds out a hand.
This is a good place to stop and end this conversation, don't you think so?
Why are you so offended?
It is good to see you again, Santos.
The complete dismissal if I've ever heard one. I watch her as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold separating the park and the street. Faces me again, looking like there's something she forgot to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde mansion, with my clients, it's the rights, I mean. I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Ah, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, about the mansion.
Letter, the same one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for someone. I want to tell Miss McConnell about the urban legends aren't just legends anymore. They're real. She's not going to believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I hastened to pick up my bags I left on my bench and ran as far as my legs could take me. That moment, I'm carrying in my hands the weight far greater than overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. I didn't mean to insult the woman's cat, okay? I didn't. I thought she was cute. Why did you get offended? It's not like I checked the cat for balls. I want to go home. Anywhere but here won't remind me of that house. Of her. My own cowardice. Now I am gonna stop because it's 1 o'clock in the morning here. And we'll probably start the day with a nice little I know. I didn't assume the cat's gender. She assumed the cat gender. I would have said it. It. That's what I would have said. See, Drawley, you get it. Looking for a cat's balls would have been inappropriate touching, and that's a whole nother problem. There's really a no-win situation right there for me. But I need to call it a night because I gotta work in the morning. So I'd like to thank you all for stopping in. If this is your first time on the stream and you like what you've seen, please remember to hit that follow button. It would be much appreciated, as well as any tips and bits that you guys might feel like throwing my way. You can find me on Twitter. If you are in the chat, you have seen that come up quite frequently. I frequent Twitter a lot. I talk about a lot of random stuff, sometimes random Nico thoughts, sometimes boxing, sometimes whatever comes up to mind. Usually funny stuff though, because the world's a drab place right now. And if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe. And I'm gonna alternate this. Actually, I'm really curious to see where this goes, so I might be hitting this pretty hard this week, but I'm gonna be alternating with this and Tales of Berseria because I apparently hit an RPG mode and I don't know how to be a normal person to play a short game. Right. So yeah, until next time, remember to save often, my friends. You will live longer. Peace.